Good morning. I have a journal to share. This is a journal swap with Tonya at ScribblesInTime. This is the journal that I've made. I've decided to put it in this cool bag. I've gotten several of these from Johnny on some of her sales, Johnny at the Junk Journal Shop on some of her sales. And so I've got several of these, and these are from, I think she said, this is from Australia, and it's from the Sydney Royal Easter Show. Royal bag. This is what, it's the bag that things came in. There's no time like showtime. So cute. Anyway, I thought I'd put the bag in this because it's cute and interesting. And I think she said it was 60s. I thought there was a date on it somewhere, but I can't see where. Anyway, I'm going to put it in this bag here. And here's the journal. I have zoomed out so you can see it all the way here, and then I'm going to zoom down some so we can be closer. So this is the front. I think it turned out so gorgeous. So let's just put this like this here. And what I will do is, in just a minute, I'll talk about all the different pieces. But so here's the front. Here's the spine. Isn't it gorgeous? Is that not gorgeous or what? I really love the spine. And this is the back. And crackled and beautiful. See, it's all sealed and lovely. Okay, so I'm going to start talking about it. What I'm going to do is see if we can zoom in some. And if not, then I'm going to restart a video, okay? Well, there we go. I zoomed in. And let's see, I'm all in except from right there. Okay, here we go. So this, like I said, this is for Tonya, and her site is ScribblesInTime. We had a journal share, so this is mine. I'm gonna be sending this off, and she wanted to see it before I sent it, so here it is. Tonya is a Christian, and so I had a really good time making it. And she said she just wanted sort of an art journal, she's not going to really write in it. However, there are places where you can jot things as you wish. So there's a little bit of space. I'm going to have to cut that off. I don't know if you can hear my cat. I'm sorry. He's crying, doesn't like to be alone. Okay. So this is, it's layered a bunch, so I don't, it's layered all the way. And then I put this little piece on the front. Underneath it is a strip of, just a fabric, or a paper strip that I made that had all kinds of papers. I had some psalm here, so, I don't know what psalm, I guess it's a psalm, praise the Lord. I don't know what one that is, but anyway, it's right here. And then, yeah, I put it over an old piano roll, the top that comes out, the piano roll. And so I just went ahead and cut it this way to go under here. And then I put a beautiful pearl here. I kind of have a little theme, not a big theme, but in the book I have a lot of, when I get to them, I'll explain them, little devotions that I had written. There was a couple. There's one particularly I really like, written by Charles Swindoll, and I put it in there, and it's about how the pearls are a product of pain. And so I wanted to put a little pearl on the front here. I have a perfume button that I've talked about before in some of my videos. It's the type of button where soldiers would, the soldiers' wives, like in the Civil War, would put them on a piece of fabric or inside their man's shirt or cuff or something, and put their perfume on it so they would have remembrance of them. So I've talked about that before. You can Google perfume buttons, like in Civil War, antique perfume buttons. And anyway, so she gave me one in the journal I had, and I wanted to give her one back. I also have a cross here that I made. This cross I made, okay, so I can still make jewelry. I just don't do that much because, I don't sell that much. I don't know. Anyway, I made these crosses. I make them, and they're made out of fine silver. They call it fine silver wire, but it's silver, and you heat it and then meld it together. You heat it so much that it flows together, and you have to use fine silver because sterling has too many, what are they called? Too many other metals mixed in. So anyway, so I make these crosses. I thought I'd put a cross on here for her, and also a little pearl, so she could easily take this off. It won't disturb how it looks, and she could wear it if she wishes. And so these crosses are funny because when I was making them, Dennis Agajanian and his wife came to our church, and he's a famous guy who plays with the Franklin Graham Crusades, and he does all kinds of things on his own. But anyway, so his wife had bought one of my necklaces that had a cross on it like this. And then apparently she told me, which is kind of cool, that she ended up giving it to Franklin Graham's wife because she liked it. So I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, so that's here. Inside here, there's all kinds of, I made this bezel. Nellie Wortman has a class, and so because I have done jewelry and still do some jewelry, I'm able to, hope it's not too glary. I got to see over here. That's okay, right about here. I understand I have all the things. So I made this, and then I put resin in it, and I put the word praise in resin. I put one of the little antique carnival glass flat, like cabochon beads that are flat. I put that on the inside. Turned out really cute, I think. Inside here is a bunch of flowers. Most of them are from my yard. This is called, I know what that's called. Wait, I forget what, I'm sorry for the door squeaky. Let me look in here. I bought these online. I forget what it's called. It's not grass. It's not, here it is. They're called bunny tails. Now I remember, and this is these little bunny tails here. But there's also a poppy and these little teeny purpley flowers. But I wanted to tell her that, and this is, I think, that's a tomato plant, you know, tomato flower, poppies. And then right here, these ones, my little granddaughter, and they're coming over in a few minutes. I hope I can get this done. My little granddaughter always brings me this little, you know, group of flowers, and I keep them, and I press them, but I put them up. But those are those ones that smell like garlic, if you guys know. I don't know if they're Peter Pans. I don't know what the names of them are, but they smell like garlic. But some people don't like that, but I love the smell of garlic, so no problem. This is a big piece of tumbleweed. I had dried and stuff, and it still has the little has all the little seeds on it. So that's right here. So the thing is our backyard, we've turned into a pond. And I don't know if I've talked about it before, but we've turned it into a pond, our pool, because we never use it. We're older. And so we turned it into a pond. So, and the only thing we can get to grow are weed plants. So there's tumbleweed out there. I thought, hey, it's green. There's some other big, huge green plant we got from one of the preserves when we visited. I think it was the Kern Wildlife Refuge. I just collected some seeds and planted them. Yeah, they grow. Whatever it is, it's growing like crazy. The neighbor wanted to do something with a fence, so we came over, you know, to our side to do stuff. He goes, "You want me to get this weed?" And go, "Oh, no, we want that there." I don't know if the neighborhood wants it there, but we have it there. It's green. It's California. The dirt is so dusty. I think a few videos back, I have pictures of birds taking dust baths. And I've set up a little sign that says dust baths 5 cents or baths 5 cents. And the thing is that it's so dusty. We leave that there, but that's the dirt, and the soil is terrible here. So anyway, so I think our house, there was an orchard behind us. I'm trying to remember before they built the houses. I don't know if it was walnut, maybe. I don't know what kind of orchard, but, you know, they just ruin the soil because they never let it rest, and they just, you know, keep growing and putting nutrients in it. But it's, you know, it's that weird dusty. Anyway, so we have a lot of weeds growing. We have some cool plants too, but not that many, you know, mostly weeds. So hey, if they grow, they're growing. Also, I got her this button that's a little black. It's a black enamel antique button, and it has a little bug on there. And if you see it in the light, it kind of has a rainbowy color, or like how black gets that purple, green, and peacocky colors. It's real pretty. So I put that up there. A little plate, just property of the art department. I think these might be Tim Holtz plates. I got them in a sale with Johnny. So I'm really happy with it. I think I explained everything on the front. Oh, this spine is inspired from Roxy, or Roxy Creations, Rachel at Roxy Creations, because I've bought a journal from her and I'm so excited to wait to see it come. But she showed me the cover, and showed me some pictures of it, and it had a spine like this. I thought, oh yeah, I want to do something like that. So what this is here, this is a piece of a grain sack that I cut, and they had patched a hole in it. It's super old, was super old hemp type fabric. And it was this grain sack, and it had a hole in it, so they patched another thing, to cover the hole. So I cut that out because I thought it was so interesting looking, and used that here. And then there's old hemp here, and under here is a really cool old type fabric. I don't even know what it is, but it has like little ridges and stuff, and it just looks pretty. I like it. So there's just a conglomeration right here of that kind of stuff. I love how it turned out. And then the back is just crackled and, like I had a coffee accident. But, of course it's a stencil, but looks pretty. I love it. I love it. Okay. Oh, and the book was a hymnal. And I'll show you right here on the inside that I took apart. So this is inside. I'm going to put a note in here. But I didn't want to cover this up. The First Presbyterian Church of Fresno, California. So this was a hymnal that I took apart. And this is an antique, what do you call the plastic? It's called, oh, it'll come to me. I forget. Bakelite. That's it. Bakelite. Is it? Oh, it's not on screen. Duh. It's a little orange Bakelite button. So there's that. And I had the Presbyterian Church, I hope, up here where you can see that. Okay, so we're sort of in screen. I wanted to give her part of the, let's see. Yeah. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I want to give her one of the doors I did from the door books of Rosemary at the Rusty Peacock. She has a caboodle class. Really hope that's all right names. And so last month was doors. This month is a sewing booklet, like cloth. I don't mean sewing. And so I wanted to put one in here, and I put the scripture, ask the birds of the air and they will tell you, because when you open the doors, there's a little birdie. And it's a collaged or decoupaged napkin with a bird in it. So I wanted to put that in there. And this is just art, painted and stuff like that. And then I put some of the stamps from Australia because I thought, I talked about those in the last video, and they were handy on my desk. I thought, oh, look how cute, it looks cute. And then I put some little, throughout the book, I put some of the songs and things like that, So this is Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty. I put that on there, and it says right here who wrote it and when. So I thought that was cute. All right, is that it? Oh, and then, oh no, that's the next page. Okay, so it's like that. So this, I wanted this book cover part on here because I wanted this in here. So this is, from College of Santa Fe Library, and this was, this was a part of a book, and it had that still on there. And I just put one of these, so you can write in here, Tonya, and say something. I don't know, write some thought or something in here for yourself. Okay, on this side, I have my slow stitched piece that I put online recently, and I made a pocket out of it for right here. And then there's a scripture right here. How lovely is your dwelling place, O Lord of hosts. My soul longs, yes, faints, for the courts of the Lord. My heart and flesh sing for joy to the living God. Psalm 84, 1 through 2. I like that too. I mean, that's one of my favorite songs. I was fooling around when I did the resin, and I just put I had a word right there that said beauty, and so I just stuck resin on top of it, and it turned out pretty good. So I put that there. Let's see, we got everything. Was that in screen? It looks like it is. All right. So, and on here is her song that she really likes. It is Well With My Soul. So that's right here in the pocket. She could maybe write something on there if you would like to about that song and how it inspires you. And then behind it is just artwork, art stuff, just collaging some of the beautiful Italian Florentine paper. I love that paper. And then just some digitals and stuff. So Oh, and she likes wheat. And I couldn't find a place to put this wheat because it's so thick. You can't squish it anymore. I mean, that's dried right here. And so what I did was, I hope it's not too glary. I can't tell because of the way my phone's being held. But so I put it in here in plastic because this makes a little natural spot right here. So it doesn't, because this is already thick, so it doesn't make anything thicker. So I put it right here because I know she really likes wheat. And then some of my slow stitching over here. Forgot that. There's so much stuff going on, it's hard to remember what I did. Okay, I think I talked about everything. Okay, on this side, I did collaging. I use a lot of the digitals from, they're not all from there, but most of it, like here's a song. But most of it's from Rachel at Roxy Creations, digital kits that have old handwriting like letters and things. And so I just collaged this. I'll lift that in a minute. This happens to be her birthday, October 16th. So I was so excited. I had one of these first day of issue cards. I got and I said before in my other videos, I feel like I'm always repeating myself, but I got a stack of these from a friend who used to collect stamps and stuff, and they don't want to do it anymore, so they gave it to me for ephemera. So I have tons of stamps, and then I have a lot of these, like throughout for the whole year. I have several for each month, and a lot of times I don't have the actual, one, but this is her birthday, October 16th, so I was very excited to have that there. So I sewed around it, made a little pocket. First day of issue, I mean, is what that is, so. And this is, okay, so these, I put this in here. This is a devotion I wrote, and it was published in a book, and I thought I had it right here. It's not available anymore. What it was years ago, and I don't know how many years ago, because I was still working at the office. I'm going to say at least 10 years ago, they published a book that was all the pastors' wives of Calvary Chapel, and you could submit devotions, and they would choose one to put in the book. So they're from all over the country. And so they chose two of mine, and this is one of them. So I thought I'm going to put that in here for her. I copied it right out of the book, and it's right in here. Over here, this beautiful piece of, must have been, it's machine done, but it's very beautiful. And I think it is, machine done, but it was a napkin or a something. I don't know what it was. Oh, I know what it was. It was probably a pillowcase, I think. And then this beautiful, I got this rosette. I got a row of these. They're so beautiful on Etsy, and I forgot from who. If you really want to know, ask me in the comments and I'll find it. I wanted to have all that available, but she really wants this book. It's all done. I wanted to get this filmed, and my grandkids are coming, so I didn't have that information right with me right now. Okay, so then under here, little surprise, it has a T. And then I think she'll be so excited about this. This is her favorite verse, Psalm 91:11. And so a lot of times, so I'm a pastor's wife. I think some people know that. But a lot of times if you take the Bible and if there's verses in there that are sort of for everyone, they're not just about one thing or one person, but they're for everyone. If you put your name inside the verse, it helps you really understand what's being said. So this one is, for he, meaning God, shall keep his angels charge over, and then instead of putting thee or you, it says, I put Tonya, to keep Tonya in all her ways. So it's a good way to read that and to think make it personal and understand that God is watching over you. So there's that. This T came out of one of Rachel at Roxy Creations' newest, whatever you call it, newest kit. And then this just here for a little surprise. When she looks up, it's right there. And then on here are some of my vintage glass beads. This is an old one I had in my stuff, and it's like a light green. These are all like either hand blown or hand molded or something. So, but I do have this one, this root beer one that's twisted like that. And this is called I'm going to find it here. I'm just opening a little baggie. Okay, this is, oh yeah, if I can read it so small. Okay. This is vintage German root beer blown transparent glass twist bead. So this is a nice, you heard what I said, and very beautiful. So that's right here and there. Okay, so that's this page. And on the side I have some of my, this is all hand stitched, and they're hand stitched on each side. And then I put like little clips. This one has a glass leaf, and this one has a little glass bead thing that I made. And on here, so I wanted to have some of these these little ones here, and I want to tell you what those are. Those are vintage white opal glass bead. This is this guy right here, and if you could see it in the light, it has opal qualities to it. From Japan, so that means it's an old one. So Japan, vintage, opal glass bead. And these are probably, I'm going to guess, I think these are like somewhere around the 30s to the 50s is how those were, I think. And there's a lot of other ones that are also, because that's what I use, only stone. Like this could be some kind of agate or something. And this is pink milk glass, and I just don't remember exactly what those are, but I know those ones right there. And there's a carved one that's probably carved out of, oh, I don't remember. So I got that on somebody's sale. Okay, so we got that and this, yes. So here's the next page. I did some of the stamping and watercoloring. Bible verse here. And this is just little stuff here. This was out of I took apart a Reader's Digest. And it's an older one, and they had some story in here about, I don't know, had a lot of Christian type things on there. So I put this picture because I thought it was real pretty of the family praying. And this was on that page, don't take anything for granted. And then there's a little bit of a song here that I thought she would like. And then this is all, one of it is this is some of the writing. So it doesn't, it's foreign language. You don't know what it is. This was taken out of watercolor that I did. And then this is from a hymn. I cut it out, but you can't really see that. So, and then this is just all artwork in there. And in order to sew down this guy here, because I glued it, but then I hand stitched it so it would stay better. I just hand stitched on this side, and then I let this just come out like this. I was going to maybe put something on there, but I thought it would compete with these beads here, so I didn't. I hope I'm showing you that. Okay. Right, I think I said everything about this. This page is more of the artwork I did, and this is out of that book that I talk all about all the time. That is where the guy wrote out the Psalms in handwriting with artwork in it. And so I just had one of these here, one of the Psalms, so I put it there. Put a piece of the chenille I got here from I think it was, I talked about it in my last video. But man, when you cut chenille apart, I want to use it here, then you have to really make sure that these things don't unravel like here. So I just kind of hand sew those all together. I hope you can see it. I'm probably off screen. There we go. And then here I put, this is the top to what must be on the other side. This is because from sewing this, it comes through this. So I just made a little flower here. What does it look like on the other side? Oh yeah, see the other side has a little flower too. So I made a little rosette looking flower there, and then over here, this was the back side of it. So then I tied that right there, and then let this just go down like that. So I thought that turned out good on both sides. This is a hand-stitched piece that I've done. I think I showed it. This is sideways, but it has the bird and all kinds of stuff. The little, what are these called? There's a name for these. They're called something puff. But anyway, so I did all this with some buttons and glittery stuff, all hand stitched. So if you see, well, I closed it up on the back, but it's all this has hand stitching on it and around it. This is all knots, French knots, and it's pretty, really pretty. See, it was going like that. Okay, so that's in the middle. Over here, family. This is also slow stitch, some of those pieces that I did. I think I showed it on Instagram if anybody follows me. It's on there. I put most of them in this book. My cat's trying to get in. Anyway, this says family. It has it all, definition for family. Oh, man. And then what I did here, had family on a thing. So that on there. But under here. Oh, this is some of Rosemary had sent me in the Dora class, I think. She sent me a bit of the plaster from her plaster class. You guys should take that. I've paid for it, but I haven't watched it yet. But it's so this is fabric that she plastered over. So I thought that was cool. Of course, I sewed around it. And you open it up, and it has all the dates that are important to her. I decoupaged all these on here, stamped them, or I did them all in different font and stamped them on there, and these are all important to her. So I just put it hidden under there. There's enough space. If you get somebody born, or you have something else you want to write in there, be really super cute, can write on there. Then down here, this is from the other side. You'll see what the other side was. So I made it so it would hang down so I could hang something on there. So what I hung on there was this little coin. You know, people are using those now. And I put some old paper behind there, which is that probably from the 1830s or so, that really pretty cottony paper. Then I put a dried flower on it. So this is a pansy on this side, and on this side is also a pansy. So it hangs down, looks so cute. This turned out so cute. And while we're talking about this, I wanted to show this I made for myself. So the last video when I was sharing stuff, I'm going to move this so I can see. Yeah, right here. Look at this little teeny tiny feather. See if we can get it to focus. Look at that feather. Okay, so I found that in the pool. This is like, so you know this is a coin envelope, like those coin things. And so this is a teeny tiny feather. I mean, it didn't have color or nothing really, but I wanted to save it and I kept losing it. So I thought, I'm going to do this. I got this a little too dark, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure it must be a hummingbird feather because it's so small. But it didn't have color on it. It looks like a flight feather or something, the way it is. And on the other side just had, I put a flower, but this is so, you can't see it that good. I used alcohol ink. It worked really great on that because these come all shiny, patiny looking. I'm not really into that. So, but I did it for this. I've been trying to clean some of this off so you can see it better. But it's the tiniest feather you've ever seen. So I'll do like on this one, I'll put a hole in here and hang it in my own bird journal because it's so cute. Okay, we're sharing that. I'm so crazy. Okay, so Tonya, you can write on here. And I hope I put a little bit of glue here because I wanted it to keep the bow just like that. Okay, so where are we? Back here like this? Okay. All right, I think I said everything about that. So on this side, this is some of Johnny at Junk Journal Shop. One of her. I bought kits and I've also got some from her sales. But this is some of her. What does she call that? Jelly printing and stuff. So pretty. So I put two together so this one would reinforce the whole and it would look pretty on this side, even though you couldn't see the whole thing. But this says, beauty goes far deeper than most people dare to swim. And I really like that. So this is on here. I just thought it was, I wanted to put it in here and that was a great way. And then this is just art. And then here's another psalm I put up there. And this is the other one of my devotions from the book. So you can see Pam Pensiero, Calvary Chapel, Hanford. And then this is the thing I wrote about. It's called Jewels from Jesus. So I thought that was cute. So I'll put that back in here. And of course, she can put her own things in here, whatever she would so wish. But this is some of the eco-printed, eco-dyed paper from Rosemary Morris at the Rusty Peacock. And then I got one of these beautiful, what do you call those? Appliques. And so I put it on here. I thought it was pretty. So, you know, you can write your own little things on here. Tonya's really good with poems. She writes poems and does all kinds of really wonderful things. So I thought, not really a poem. I thought about putting my son's poem that he wrote. My son wrote a poem in, well, it's a limerick. He wrote it in, I think it was a class thing he had to do it. And it was probably 5th grade. And it was, if Ben had had his way, wouldn't that be the day? Of the turkey we would boast and the eagle we would roast if Ben had had his way. Something like that. I thought I'd write that in there, but I thought, well, that's crazy. I don't know. So she writes these really thoughtful poems, but I don't write poems. Anyway, so you could write a poem right there, Tonya, if you like. So this paper right here, I just put it in here because it feels good. It's from the late 1700s, and it was from Rachel at Roxy Creations. Again, I buy a lot of stuff from her, and she has really old paper packs, and it just feels so great. I feel like everyone should feel that. So that's just in here. There's no purpose to it. It's just in there. This side, I put a little bit of a collage and a little definition here. And in here is just little things. So in my life, I have this, I don't know, probably a lot of Christian people do this, but it's a jar, and in the jar I have all kinds of things from, this is probably for over since the late 70s. So there's little scripture cards. Look at how old some of these are. Here, like it's like a button jar, but you have these little scriptures in there and little things to remember. So, or you can write your own like this. And so these are things I wrote years ago. And I was dumb. I didn't put the dates on it, but you can see how old they are. They're just naturally old. And so I took a few of these out. I did not, I mean, I chose them and I glanced at them to make sure they didn't say anything really depressing or mean, but they were all good. And so I put a few of those in here. I'm not going to share what those are. You can see those when you get them, but they're all, one was really interesting because it was it was the next verse, I think, to the one you said you like as a favorite. Then I put some of these antique calling cards. Look how pretty that is. Just thought the colors went well. This is the Tim Holtz, it's a little print cutout, you know, on the Syzex machine. And so you can put in here little things. And I put some real cigarette cards. This one had butterflies. This one has flowers. I think this must be a newer one. I mean, I don't know. I think it's German, though. I don't know if you could. Yeah, see, it's not in English. But pretty pansies. And then the verses in there. And I hope they're easy to get out. Now, see, now I put them down probably. It's just like this. I don't know if you guys can hear my cat. He's bellowing out there. He can't come in here because then he'll be all in the, you know, all up here and everything. And then this is just some pretty, you know, snippet things I had done with a pretty glass bead and a rusty safety pin. Okay, then that paper I told you that's so beautiful. Then in here I shared some of and this is open so you could take them out. I don't want to mess with it right now, but you can take them out. And you know, if you think you're hurting them, you can you can take a feather and go like that and fix them. These are some of the feathers from Australia. I thought you would like them. On the other side of some of it was the lighter side of the eco-dyed paper, so I put that on there. On here, I just did a little bit of collage with some of the stamps. I thought they were so pretty from Australia. They were right here on my desk. This is a clip I made that has some of this is an antique opal glass bead, and this is a wood bead, and this is another really pretty bead. So I put them all on here with, you know, twisted with wire. And then the reason I roll this up is so these won't come off, because that'd be drag, right, if it came off. You can tell I'm California, that'd be a drag. I'm so California, I'm sorry guys. Surf girl, I was always a surf girl. Lived near Newport Beach. I would go surfing and went with boys and went surfing. I just loved the beach. I don't love it so much now. Now, look, I ruined it. I don't like the beach I mean, I don't mind going and looking at it, but I don't want to go in it now. I don't know. Things are different now. The whole thing down there at Newport is different. It's got a big freeway. There's so many people. I don't know. Well, I live way far away now. I'd have to go to Newport Beach. It'd be 5 hours for me driving, and it'd probably be just crazy. And this is... Oh, this is a devotion from Charles Swindoll that's about pearls. And I kind of wanted that to be sort of the theme of this journal. So it's just right here like that. And over here, this is a belly band it's all been slow stitched. And I put this beautiful charm right here on here because it's a tree. And I noticed, Tonya, that you have a tree on your stamp for your journal. So I thought, you know, maybe you would really like this. So this is I love this, whatever it is. It's a tree. And then I put a few other things. I made it's a little metal out of an old Coke can, and I watched somebody's video, and it's just like a little metal tag. Pretty enameled leaf charm, just pretty. And then I just cut out some songs from the book. Famous ones that people know, like the benedictions and stuff. So they're right here. You can take them out and put your own things if you so wish. And on this side, some more collaging of Bible verses and what have you. It only has 2 signatures, but it's a very full book and definitions. And here's my stamp, and it has her birth date. You know, I mean, I completed it before her birthday, but for this year, I put the stamp on it for her birthday. That's my stamp. Here's one of those abalone shell carved buttons. I just love these. This is an old, really beautiful lace sleeve. So that's on here on the back. And then I made a pouch. Not as good as you at making pouches, trying to learn that. But I put this little book in here. Now, this book is amazing. Let's see. It's beautiful, and it was from, and you're going to die on this. It's a book, and Look Beyond It, and it's a little story, and it says American Sunday School Union. So it was given, I guess, to Sunday school kids, but it's from, I think, let me see, I'm trying to get it where we can see. 18, if I can see it, I can't read it. 1835. So, it's exactly what you think an 1835 book is. The paper is like that. It's very, I mean, it's not secure. It's not, you could easily tear it, but it's beautifully, it's intact. And it must be something they gave to Sunday school kids. I just thought this was lovely. It's just lovely, and how it's printed and how it's in here crooked and everything. So I thought this would be perfect for you. It has a hymn right here. Just perfect. It's beautiful and perfect. So I'm going to put that, it goes right in this little pocket, like that. And I think that's it. Everything hangs down beautifully, I think. And then you close it, and this is the back. So I'm very happy with it. I hope you like it, Tonya. And it holds pretty good. If I make sure everything's in there correctly, it kind of holds, this guy's like, should be back like this, I think. But it's pretty good like that. So I just love it. I hope you love it. I think you will. It's beautiful. I don't see why you wouldn't. And everything is just lovely, lovely, lovely. So this is my exchange, and I will show the book I got from her on another video. I have to get ready now. The cat's gonna break in. So goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching. See ya.